यस्तात्मीय ब्रह्मप्रदगुरो वैराग्यभाग्यो रदो वेदान्तान्तसारवन्तमनगात् श्री श्रीनिवासात् गुरोः श्रीशैलान्वयकौस्तभस्य सखीं शयोनिधे श्रीनिधेः वन्दे साधुकटाक्षिरेणीं श्रीकृष्णसद्देशिकं श्रीनारायण योगीन्द्रवरदारिदुपाश्रयं मृङ्गेशपादविरतं श्रीनिवासमुनिं भजे व्यासमुतिष्ठनप्तारं जक्तेर्पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मनिं वन्दे कथातं तपोनिधिं व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णुवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः वार्ताय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधां भगवद्गीतेरोद्वेषिणीं यत्पदाम्भोरुवध्यानविध्वस्ताशेषकल्मषः स्तुतां प्रयातोऽहम् यमुनेयं नमामि तं यो नित्यमच्युतपदाम्बुजयुग्मरुक्मिव्यामोहतस्तरितराणि अस्मद्गुरोर्भगवतोऽस्य दैकसिन्धो नमामि नित्यचरणो चरणं प्रपद्ये श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्य कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि। Offering my pranamams to all the Bhagavatas in this Goshti, I shall resume the next session. In the previous class, we studied the 46th shloka of the 6th chapter. Tapasvibhyodiko yogi, jnanibhyopi matodhikaha, karmibhyoschadiko yogi, tasmad yogi bhavarjuna. So where Krishna is teaching Arjuna the greatness of Jivatma Yoga, where Bhashya says Atishayita Purusharthanishtataya Yoginaha Sarvasmat Adhikyamaha. So a meditator on the individual self, yogi mentioned there, is Jivatma Yogi. So such a meditator on the individual self was told to be superior to tapasvis or the ascetics dedicated to mere penance, kevala tapas or kevala jnana, those knowledgeable about anything other than the Atman, and karmibhyaha, those dedicated to mere karmas such as ashwamedha and so on. And 4 stages in which a yogi attains the vision of the self was also told. The Samadarshana Rupa, who he attains in 4 different stages, the 4 types of yogis, was also told. Now, compared to such a yogi meditating on the self, one who is meditating on the Supreme Brahman is the most exalted or is superior to everybody else, he is going to be told. That is the last shloka of this chapter. Tadevam paravidyangabhutam prajapativakyoditam pratyagatmadarshanam uktam atha paravidyam prastoti. So Krishna starts introducing the Bhakti Yoga, and the accessory to that was taught so far. That is told in the Bhashya. Yoginamapi sarvesham madgatena antaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yomam same yukkatamo mataha. Yoginamapi sarvesham madgatena antaratmana. Yoginamapi sarvesham shraddhavan yaha mam bhajate yukkatamo me mataha. Saha yukkatamaha me mataha. Yoginam, compared to yogis who contemplate on the individual self. That was the subject matter so far. Api sarvesham, and also compared to all the ascetics involved in mere austerities. Madgatena antaratmana, having fixed his mind in me, shraddhavan, and having an urgency to attain me, yaha mam bhajate, one who worships me with devotion, saha yukkatamo me mataha. He is superior to all the yogis, in my opinion. So now Krishna starts introducing the next step of sadhana, which is bhakti yoga. And in order to do that, the real nature of the Paramatman is going to be told. And then the means to attain that Parabrahman. So far, Krishna taught Arjuna the nature of the individual self. And in order to attain the nature of the individual self, what are the means? Karma yoga, jnana yoga and all that. And now all these are accessories to Paramatma Upasana is going to be told. Atha paravidyanga bhutam prajapati vakyoditam pratyagatma darshanam muktam. So the realization, pratyagatma darshana, is realization of the individual self is told, which is, there is also a pramana for that from the Upanishads, in the Chandogya Upanishad, Prajapati Vakyoditam, where Prajapati teaches this to Indra. That is the pramana for that. And Paravidyanga Bhutam, just as it is taught in the Upanishads, that the Pratyagatma Darshana is Anga to Paramatma Darshana. So Paravidya is Paramatmopasana, and Pratyagatma Darshana is Angabhuta to that. So it is an accessory to Paramatma Darshana, Paravidya. Having told that, Atha Paravidyam Prastavati. Now the Paravidya, which is meditation on the Paramatman, that is going to be, the realization of Paramatman is going to be told. His Prastavati means he starts introducing that. The Bhashya for this is Yoginam iti Panchamyarthe Shashti Sarvabhutastam Atmanam Ityadina Chaturvidha Yoginaha Pratipaditaha Teshu Anantargatatvat Vakshamanasya Yogino Na Nirdharane Shashti Sambhavati Api Sarveshamiti Sarvashabda Nirdishtaha Tapasvi Prakritayah Tatrapi Uktena Nyayena Panchamyartho Grihitavyah Yogibhyaha Api Sarvebhyo Vakshamano Yogi Yuktatamaha Tadapekshaya Avaratve Tapasvi Prakritinam Yoginancha Na Kaschid Visheshaha Ityarthaha. So Bhashya is little detailed for this, because this is now going to be the most important aspect of the Upadesha. Yoginam iti panchamyarthe shashti. So here, yoginam api sarvesham, what is told here, the word yoginam is in shashti vibhakti, that is genitive case. But the meaning has to be taken as though it is in Panchami Vibhakti, that is ablative case. Why is also explained here. Sarvabhutastam Atmanam Ityadina Chaturvidha Yoginaha Pratiparitaha. Sarvabhutastam Atmanam, that shloka, the 29th shloka of the 6th chapter, there about 4 types of yogis were taught. Chaturvidha Yoginaha Pratiparitaha. Teshu Anantargatatvat. So the yogi about whom Krishna is going to teach now, talk about now, is not included as one among them. So he is different from all of them. So Vakshamanasya Yoginaha, the yogi about whom he is going to teach, Na Nirdharane Shashti Sambhavati. So the Shashti Vibhakti which is in Nirdharana, that is one among them. It is not, he is not one among them. He is not included as part of them. So he is outside of that group. So he is different from them. That is the reason why the meaning has to be taken as Panchami. So the 4 types of yogis starting with, and the yogi who is going to be told now is not included as one among them. So the yogi about whom is now told cannot be specified as one among them. He is different from all those 4 types of yogis. In the sense, he is superior to all of them. Api sarvesham iti sarvashabda nirdishtaha tapasvi pravritayah tatrapi uktena nyayena panchamyartho grihitavyah. So yoginam api sarvesham, and api sarvesham is also in a similar way Panchami Artha, that is the meaning in Panchami Vibhakti has to be taken. So Panchami Vibhakti is told in that sense, Vrikshat, Phalam Padati and things like that in Vyakarana. So it is external to that. It is, the meaning is that a Bhakti Yogi is superior to all the other yogis told, and he is not one among them. Ascetics and others, api sarvesham is explained also significantly as sarva shabda nirdishtaha tapasvi pravrittayaha. So those who are addressed by sarva, the shabda sarva, are none other than tapasvi and others which are told, tapasvibhyaha, jnanibhyaha, karmibhyaha, etc. They are addressed by sarva shabda, api sarvesham. So there are three categories you can see here: mere ascetics, mere karmis, and mere jnanis. Tapasvibhyaha, karmibhyaha, jnanibhyaha, which was told earlier. And a yogi on the Jivatma yogi, he was told to be superior to those who do mere tapas for their own purpose, expecting some fruit, some enjoyment for themselves. A Jivatma yogi was told to be superior to them. Now, the next step is Paramatma yoga. So, a Paramatma yogi, Bhakti yogi, is superior to even all the Jivatma yogis and all the other tapasvis. So, that is told separately here as Api Sarvesham, Sarva Shabdam Nirdishtaha, Tapasvi Pravrittayaha. And in the same way, Panchamyartha has to be taken. Yogibhyaha api sarvebhyo vakshamano yogi yuktatamaha. So, now the yogi, Vakshamanaha, the one who is going to be, about whom is going to be told, is the most exalted compared to all other yogis. Tadapekshaya avaratve tapasvi pravritinam yoginancha nakaschit visheshaha ityarthaha. So compared with such a Bhagavad yogi, all other yogis such as ascetics, etc., and also the four types of meditators on the individual self are all inferior, and in that aspect of being inferior, there is no difference among them. Nakaschit visheshaha, tapasvi pravritinam yoginam cha. So there is no difference because all of them now are put under the same category that they are inferior to a Bhagavad yogi. How is that possible is also explained in the Bhashya. Mervapekshaya sarshapanam iva. Meru Parvata is a gold mountain and Sarshapa is mustard seeds. So the difference is so huge that between a Jivatma yogi and Bhagavad yogi, it is the difference between a mustard seed and the gold mountain, Meru. There, yadyapi sarshapeshu anyonya nyunadhika bhavo vidyate. So among the mustard seeds, one is bigger, one is smaller. That difference can be there. But tathapi Meru apekshaya, compared to the Meru mountain, the gold mountain, avaratva nirdeshaha samanaha. They are all inferior to the Meru mountain. So, in the same way, a Bhagavad yogi is superior to all others, whether a Jivatma yogi, the four types of Jivatma yogis, and also the mere ascetics, karmis, and jnanis, which were told, the categories that were told. So, that is how it is explained. And why it is also told, Mad Priyatva Atirekena Ananya Sadharana Svabhavataya Madgatena Antaratmana Manasa. Madgatena Antaratmana in the Mula Shloka. Here, Antaratma is given the meaning of Manas, that is the mind. Mad Priyatva Atirekena Ananya Sadharana Svabhavataya Madgatena Antaratmana Manasa. So with a mind which is totally immersed in me, Madgatena, he who excels in his love for me, and by nature knows that there is no other support for him than me. And with that being, with that kind of a mind, Shraddhavan Atyartha Madpriyatvena Kshanamatra Vishlesha Asahataya Mad Prapti Pravrittau Tvaravan. The meaning of Shraddhavan is given as Varavan, which was also explained similarly earlier. Shraddhavan, Atyartha, Matpriyatvena. So, Matpriyatvatirikena, Ananya Sadharana Subhavataya, Madgatena Antaratmana. And once he has fixed his mind in me and he feels that in nature he thinks there is no other support than me, what does he do? He is Shraddhavan, Atyartha Matpriyatva. Priyatvena, Kshanamatra Vishlesha Asahataya, not being able to tolerate separation from me even for a moment due to the immense love he has in me and for me, and for that reason having great urgency in making every effort to attain me. Mat Prapti Pravruttau, that is, he puts all efforts to attain me, and in that Paravan, he expresses a great urgency in that. With that, Yomam Bhajate, one who worships me with devotion. Mam, now the nature of the Paramatman is explained most beautifully by Bhashikara here. Mam, Vichitrananta Bhogya Bhoktrivarga Bhogopakrana Bhogasthana Paripurna Nikhila Jagadudaya Vibhavalaya Leelam Asprushta Ashesha Dosha Navadikatiche Jnana Baleshwarya Virya Shakti Teja Pravritya Sankhya Kalyana Gunagana Nidhim Swabhimata Anurupa Chintya Divya Bhuta Nirtya Niravadya Niratishaya Uchvalya Saudharya Saugandhya Saukumarya Lavanya Yavanadyananta Guna Nidhi Divya Rupam Vangmanasa Aparichedya Swarupa Swabhavam Parakaranya Saushilya Vatsalyodarya Mahodadhim Analochita Vishesha Ashesha Lokasharanyam Pranadartiharam Ashrita Vatsalyika Jaladhim Akhila Manuja Nayana Vishayata Angatam Ajahat Swaswabhavam Vasudeva Grihe Avatirnam Anavadikati Tejasa Nikhilam Jagat Bhasayantam Atmakantya Vishwamapyayantam Bhajate Sevate Upaste Tirthaha. This is the most wonderful part of the Bhashya, where Bhashikara explains the nature of Paramatman. Mam means, the meaning of Mam, Yo Mam Bhajate. What all is meant by that word Mam when Krishna is telling Arjuna and telling everybody is Vichitra Ananta Bhogya Bhoktrivarga Bhogopakarana Bhogasthana Paripurna Nikhila Jagadudaya Vibhava Laya Leelam. Who worships me with love, what is the nature, who supports the creation, sustenance and dissolution of this whole world. It's a leela for him, it's a sport for him. Jagat Udaya Vibhava Laya Leelam. Creation, sustenance and dissolution of this whole world, complete with matter which is most enjoyable, Bhogya, and it has got Bhoktrivarga, Bhogopakarana, a group of enjoyers, Bhoga Upakarana, instruments of enjoyment, Bhogasthana, Paripurna. It is complete with all these matter which is most enjoyable, innumerable and wonderful, and the groups of experiencers enjoying this matter, the means to enjoyment, places of enjoyment, all these. Asprishta Ashesha Dosha Anavadikatishaya Jnana Baleshwarya Virya Shakti Teja Pravritya Sankhya Kalyana Gunagana Nidhim. So he is Kalyana Gunagana Nidhim. There are innumerable Asankhya Kalyana Gunagana Nidhim. The Ganas are also Asankhya. The groups of auspicious qualities are innumerable, and he is an abode to countless groups of auspicious qualities such as Jnana, Bala, Aishwarya, Virya, Shakti, Teja. So these are Shadgunas and etc. Prakriti means, and so many all the other qualities which are Asprishta, and he is Asprishta, Ashesha Dosha, Anavadika Atishaya, and untouched by any defect, and it is unsurpassed, such qualities. स्वाभिमतानुरूप अचिन्त्य दिव्याद्भुत नित्य निरवध्य निरतिशय औज्ज्वल्य सौंदर्य सौगंध्य सौकुमार्य लावण्य यौवनादि अनंत गुणनिधि दिव्य रूपम. And he has a most wonderful divine auspicious form, Divya Mangala Vigraha, which is most agreeable to himself. Swabhimata, Anurupa, Achindya, and it is beyond anybody's thoughts. Divya, Adbhuta, divine and unique, and which is beyond anyone's grasp, and most splendorous and wonderful, eternal, Nitya, Niravadya, blemishless, Aujvalya, Saundarya, Saugandhya, Saukumarya, Lavanya, Yavanadi, Ananta Gunanidhi Divya Rupam, a treasure house to infinite attributes such as incomparable radiance, beauty, fragrance, tenderness, elegance, youth, and all these most wonderful qualities. And Vangmanasa Aparichedya Swarupa Swabhavam, having an essential nature and attributes which are impossible of grasp by mind and speech. Vangmanasa Aparichedya Swarupa Swabhavam. One cannot describe it fully, one cannot meditate on it fully. So it is beyond the grasp of mind and speech. Apara Karunya Saushilya Vatsalya Audarya Mahodadhim. It's a great ocean of compassion, condescension, Saushilya, being blind to others' defects, Vatsalya, benevolence, Audarya, Analochita Vishesha, Ashesha Loka Sharanyam. Ashesha Loka Sharanya. He is a refuge to the entire world. Analochita Vishesha, without any discrimination for whatsoever reason. He does not think about any specialty in anybody or anything. Analochita Vishesha. Whoever takes refuge in him, he protects them. Shesha Loka Sharanya. Pradatartiharam Ashrita Vatsalya Jaladhim. He who removes the sufferings of those who take refuge in him. Pranata Arti Haram. And he is an ocean of Vatsalya, which is Dosha Adarshitva for the Ashritas, or those who have surrendered unto him. Akhila Manujanayana Vishayatangatam. And such a great person who has become visible to all the people of this world. Ajahat Swaswabhavam. And in spite of manifesting here, he is always in his own true nature. Vasudeva Grihe Avatiranam, incarnated as Krishna in the house of Vasudeva. Anavadhikat Tejasa Nikhilam Jagat Bhasayantam. With unparalleled, unsurpassed splendor, he is enlightening the whole world. Atmakantya Vishwam Apyayayantam, bringing utmost joy to the whole world with the wonderful radiance of his divine form, Divya Mangala Vigraha. Such a supreme Mam Yaha Bhajate. Bhajate is given the meaning as Sevate, Upaste, Tirtaha. One who worships me with devotion, meaning meditates on me, on my such wonderful nature, who serves me, who meditates on me. Same Yuktatamo Mataha Saha Sarvebhyaha Shreshtatamaha iti Sarvam Sarvada Yathavasthitam Swatayeva Sakshat Kurvan Aham Manye. So Bhashikara makes it very clear what is the abhipraya of Krishna in telling Mam, Yo Mam Bhajate. Same Yuktatamo Mataha. So Krishna is telling that such a bhakta or upasaka or meditator is superior to all others. Same Yuktatamaha. And who is telling this? Krishna is also telling Aham Manye. That is my opinion. I feel like that. Saha Sarvebhyaha Shreshtatamaha iti Aham Manye. He is superior to all, is what is my opinion. And Krishna says, Sarvam Sarvada Yathavasthitam Swatayeva Sakshat Kurvan Aham Manye. So I, who can see everything, who can perceive everything directly, always as they are by myself, I am of the opinion that he is superior to everyone else. That is Krishna is telling that. The Bhashya explains this most wonderfully, this shloka, so what is Krishna's teaching here. So in this chapter, the greatness of a Jivatma Yogi was established, and in order to make sure that one would not stop there as the ultimate, thinking there is nothing better than that, Lord Krishna now starts to teach about Bhakti Yoga, which is the meditation on himself, who is the Paramatman, and that Bhakti Yoga which has Jivatma Yoga as an accessory. The Bhashya, Paravidya Anga Bhutam Pratyagatma Darshanam, indicates this aspect, Paravidya Anga Bhutam. Now, the Angi or the main aspect is going to be told. So far, the Anga, the accessory, was explained. So, the validity of this is established based on the instruction of Prajapati to Indra, seen in Chandogya Upanishad. So, there also Prajapati teaches, but there he does not teach by himself unless till the end. So every step by step he just teaches some more aspect of the same thing, and Indra goes back, and again Indra thinks back and comes back and asks Prajapati that how is this possible, how is this possible, and he keeps asking, and then Prajapati keeps on teaching him. So now Krishna, in order to induce Arjuna to get interested and into Bhakti Yoga, he himself starts telling about the greatness of the yogi, so that Arjuna will ask him, oh, if such is the greatness of such a Bhakti yogi, teach me that. So that is the intention. The same Pramana is quoted here again, that Prajapati Vakya. The Upakrama, start of the third chapter, also this was told. And the significance here is that whatever was told in the beginning of the third chapter as Jivatma Yoga, starting of the Jivatma Yoga, the Prajapati Vakyodita, that example was given. The same thing is mentioned again here. The significance here is also that it refutes the Vedantis of this Yuga, Kali Yuga, who say that Parishuddha Pratyagatma Darshana only is the ultimate goal of life. So because here Krishna teaches Arjuna that Pratyagatma Darshana is accessory only to Paramatma Darshana, and that is, Paramatma Darshana is the ultimate. And after teaching the nature of the self, the means to attain the same, so he taught Arjuna the Atma Jnana, that is Atma Swarupa Jnana, he taught him, Ajo Nitya Shashvatoyam Puranaha and all that. Then he taught him how to attain, how to realize the nature of such an individual self. And now that is the means to attain the individual self was taught, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga and all that. Now Krishna is teaching about the nature of the Supreme Being and also the means to attain that Supreme Being. So what is taught in Mundakopanishad as Athaparayaya Tadaksharam Adhigamyate. So there the Vidyas are classified into two groups, Paravidya, Aparavidya. And Aparavidya is foundational knowledge. That is everything that is required to understand the nature and of all the tattvas, the realities, and then attaining the ultimate is Paravidya. So that is the Paravidya, that is Bhakti Yoga, which is going to be taught now. That is Paramatma Upasana, that is meditation on the Paramatma. So that is going to be taught in due course. So we can see some explanations from Tatparya Chandrika here. Yoginam iti panchamyarthe shashti. So in the middle 6 chapters, Madhyama Shatka as it is called, Krishna tells about a meditator on the Supreme Brahman. The Prathama Shatka, the first 6 chapters are about Jivatma Sakshatkara. The middle 6 chapters are about Paramatma Sakshatkara, that is Bhakti Yoga. And such a yogi has not been talked about so far in the first 6 chapters. So it is not proper to identify a Paramatma Upasaka with the 4 types of yogis told, because they are all meditating on the nature of the individual self. So the Shashti Vibhakti use of Yoginam is to be taken in the sense of Panchami Vibhakti. The Bhashya, Vakshamanasya, that is what I am going to tell in future, also indicates it has not been told earlier, and Arjuna does not know about such a yogi. So that is also the reason why he cannot be included one among them. Yogibhyo api sarvebhyo vakshmano yogi yuktatamaha. Meaning of yuktatamaha is told as adhikaha, shresthatamaha, superior. So he is told as saha sarvebhyaha shresthatamaha in Bhashya. Because such a yogi is doing swayoga, as told in Gita Sangraha, Chaturdha Yoga Sadhanam Yoga Siddhihi Swayogasya Paramyam Shashtya Uchyate. Swayogasya Paramyam. So that is also in the Gita Sangraha, the last aspect of the teaching of 6th chapter was told as 4 types of yogis, Yoga Siddhi, and that is the greatness of such a Jivatma Yoga, and Swayogasya Paramyam. Swayoga is Bhagavad Yoga. The greatness of a Bhakti Yogi is going to be told. So that is also as per Gita Sangraha. So Tadapekshaya Avaratve. And Mat Priyatva this is explained as Mat Priyatva Atirekena means Aham Priyaha Priti Vishayaha Yasya Saha Mat Priyaha. So the meaning of Mat Priya is for one for whom I am the Priti Vishaya, that is I am the object of love, that is he loves me with great devotion. Tasya bhavaha mat priyatvam bhakti atirekena ityarthaha. Due to great bhakti, Bhagavan becomes Priti Vishaya for a bhakta. So because of that, bhakti mat priyatva atirekena ananya sadharana swabhavataya. The meaning of and Madgatena Antaratmana is given as Manasa. It is addressed as Antaratma with respect to body and external sense organs. So the meaning here it should be taken as Manasa. Shraddhavan Yo Bhajate. The meaning of Shraddhavan is given as Twaravan, one who has urgency to attain Paramatman. In the state of perfection of Bhakti, that is Bhakti Kashtha Dasha, the meaning of Shraddha cannot be mere desire or faith, etc., but indicates a state of extreme desire, and that is indicated as Tvara. That is, then the Bhakta feels an urgency to attain him. He cannot live without a second without attaining Paramatman. And in earlier also here it was told in a similar way, Agnyascha Ashraddhadhanascha in other shlokas where Ashraddhadhanascha was commented as Atvaramanaha in earlier also in the Bhashya. It is according to that. Here also Shraddhavan is interpreted as Tvaravan. Mam Bhajate. The word Mam shows the object of meditation, which is taught in hundreds of Shrutis and Smritis. All the characteristics, attributes, divine form, etc. are all useful to meditation on the Paramatman, and which is going to be taught in the next 12 chapters in the remaining part of the Shastra is indicated by this word as shown in the Bhashya. The commentary is starting with Vichitra Ananta and up to Vishwamapyayantam. And among the attributes, all those told up to Vang Manasa Aparichedya Swarupa Swabhavam indicate his Paratva or overlordship, and those after that show his Saulabhya. So Deshika notes that Paratva and Saulabhya both are indicated by these characteristics of the Supreme Paramatman. Vichitrananda Bhogya Bhoktrivarga Bhogopakarana Bhogastana Paripurna Nikhila Jagad Udaya Vibhava Laya Leelam. So each of these characteristics are very significant. The meanings of all the Karana Vakyas of those are the Shruti. There are many Vakyas which talk about who is the cause of this universe. So Yato va imani bhutani jayante sadeva somya jamagrasi, and all those things are called Karana Vakyas, which establish who is the cause of this universe. So the meaning of all those Karana Vakyas are summarized here. And in the Brahma Sutra also, it is told as Janmadhyasya yataha, the very second sutra of Brahma Sutras, Janma Adi Asya yataha. So this world, the creation, sustenance and dissolution of this world, by whom it is done, he is Jagat Karana and he is Parabrahman. Atato Brahma Jignasa, and then it says Janmadhyasya yataha. So they are all the meanings of all the Karana Vakyas of all the established in the Shrutis and the who is the cause of the universe as established in Brahma Sutras, they are all syncretized here, and the unique characteristics of Brahman are shown in Krishna as Vasudeva Grihe Avatirnam, who is at the moment charioteer to Arjuna. So mention of Paramatman's Karanatva shows he is the Lord of Leela Vibhuti also, because Leela Vibhuti is under the subject of creation, and he is the Lord of Leela Vibhuti. By this, the Samanya Shabdas told in the Shrutis, such as Sat, Brahma, Atma, which are found, end up ultimately in the specific word Narayana, establishing his Jagat Karanatva. So Shruti does not say very clearly who is the cause of this universe. So sometimes the Shruti says Sadeva Somya Damagrasi. Sat is the cause of the universe. Sat does not tell much about the nature of Brahman. So it can be anything. It can be smaller, it can be bigger, it can be Chetana, Achetana. It's very difficult to understand from the word Sat. Then it says Brahmavayudamagrasi. Brahma is something very big, very huge, Brihatva it shows. But it doesn't say whether it's sentient or non-sentient, etc. Then Atmavayudamagrasi. Atma shows it is sentient. So what is has what has it is sentient, and all these things are and everything is looks like the video connection was lost. So all the Samanya Shabdas such as Sat, Brahma, Atma, etc., which are found, they are all culminating in the Devata Vishesha. Narayana is establishing his Jagat Karanatva, and that is none other than Sri Krishna, and he is the object of meditation, as told in Shrutis and Smriti Vakyas and Sutras and all that. That is taught here. So that is indicated by that. Asprishta Ashesha Dosha Anavadikatishaya Jnanavaleshwarya, etc. The Lord's Ubhayalingatva is established in the Shodhaka Vakyas of the Shruti. That is known from this. So here, the purpose of, in the Bhashya, all these characteristics or attributes, unique attributes of Paramatman are told in the Bhashya by Bhashyakara, and the purpose of each of these attributes, how it is in line with the Shrutis and Sutras, and they are all, that is explained in Tatparya Chandrika by Swami Deshikan. So the Karana Vakyas of the Shrutis, the meanings of all those are meant in Nikhila Jagadudaya Vibhava Layalilam and those words. Asprishta Ashesha Dosha Anavadikatishaya Jnana Valeshwarya Virya Shakti Teja Pravritya Sankheya Kalyana Gunagana Nidhim. That establishes the Ubhaya Lingatva of Paramatman, which is a very important aspect. That is, he is untouched by any defect, and he is an abode to innumerable auspicious qualities. And that is established by the Shodhaka Vakyas of Shruti, Satya Satyam Jnanam Anandam Brahma. These are all called Shodhaka Vakyas, which establish the Swarupa, the nature of Paramatman. And that is the most important aspect of that is Ubhayalingatva. Swabhimatanurupa Achintya Divyadbhuta Nitya Niravadya Niratihe Aujvalya Saundarya Saugandhya Saukumarya Lavanya Yauvanat Yananta Guna Nidhi Divya Rupam. And the next aspect is that Paramatman has a divine auspicious form, Divya Mangala Vigraha, that is, which becomes easy for meditators to meditate upon. So if there is no form, it is not possible to meditate upon such an object which is formless. But Paramatman has a Nitya, eternal, Niravadya and Anavadikatishaya, such Divya Mangala Vigraha, which becomes an object of meditation and is also an abode of innumerable qualities. So by this, it is to be understood that though a few things are mentioned, he has divine weapons, Ayudha, Abharanas, Divyayudas, Divya Abharanas, Divya Mahishi, and Parijanas, and Sthana, Divya Sthana, and all these are understood by this. So he has divine weapons, ornaments, consorts, retinue, the place, and all those things. They are also, that totally establishes that he is his lordship over Nitya Vibhuti. So his Ubhaya Vibhuti Nayakatva is also established by that. Vangmanasa Aparichedya Sarupa Swabhavam. This shows the Paratva of Paramatma, who is the overlord of both the Vibhutis and has Ubhaya Lingatva. And his Sarupa indicates Ishwaratva and others, or it can be Anandatva, Satyatva, Anandatva, Jnanatva, Anantatva, Amalatva, all those things. And Swabhava is Nirupita Swabhava, Swarupa, Visheshana, that is, and some say Saulabhya is Swabhava. So his Paratva and Saulabhya, which are most important to take refuge for anyone, is established. Aparakarunya, Soshilya, Vatsalya, Audarya, Mahodadhim. The attribute, these attributes are essential for avatara. They are avatara upakarakas. That is Karunya, Soshilya, Vatsalya, Audarya, all these things. And it is to be understood that he is an ocean of each one of these. That he is Karunya Mahodadhi, Soshilya Mahodadhi, Vatsalya Mahodadhi, Audarya Mahodadhi, like that. Analochita Vishesha, Ashesha Loka Sharanyam. The Visheshas, including Jati, Guna, Vritta, and all those things, that is caste or qualities or conduct and so on, without seeing any of these, he protects those who take refuge in him. And that is due to the exceptional qualities of Karunya and others told above. Karunya, Soshilya, Vatsalya, Audarya, and all that. Those are the qualities which are responsible for that. And because he is an abode to such great qualities, he protects those who take refuge in him, who surrender unto him, without looking at any of the Visheshas, without giving importance to any of the Visheshas. And that is shown in very many Pramanas by Swami Deshikan. In this Shastra itself, Yepi Syuhu Papayoneha, Tepi Anti Parangatim, Sriyo Vaishyasta Shudraha, Tepi Anti Parangatim. That is without discrimination of caste, jati, etc. And he says, Abhayam Sarvabhutebhyo Dadami Etat Pratam Mama. Sudushtova, Yaduštova, Kimesha Rajini Charaha. He says, Dosho Etyapi Tasya Syate, Satam Etat Agarhitam. He does not look at any defects. Sarvaloka Sharanyaya, Raghavaya Mahatma. So he is Sharanya to the entire world. Itiva Ravanasvayam. He does not even see the conduct of a person if he is surrendering unto him. So he says, even if it is Ravana, bring him. So all these things can be seen with so many pramanas. Pranatartiharam. So that is all summarized in this phrase by Bhashyakara as Analochita Vishesha Ashesha Loka Sharanyam. He is a refuge to the entire world, and he does not look at anything else when somebody surrenders to him, someone surrenders to him. Pranatartiharam Ashrita Vatsalyeka Jalathim. Though the quality of Vatsalya was told already once, again it is told. The quality of Vatsalya was told with other qualities, Karanya, Saushilya, Vatsalya. Here again, Bhashyakara says, Ashrita Vatsalyeka Jalathim. So this is mentioned to show that it is very special, and one should reflect on that quality of Paramatman a lot. So that is why it is repeated again, the Vatsalya of Paramatman. That quality is most useful in his divine incarnations. And this repels the fear of those who have done great blunders to approach him. This also shows that he is the protector even during the states when we are not conscious. When we don't have jnana, in those states also, he is the protector. So that is the Vatsalya. And his quality, this quality is specially mentioned separately in order to eliminate Paramatma Vaimukhya, or turning away from the Lord, which is said to be a pratibandhaka to Vatsalya. That is, it might block it. So when Lord is having Vatsalya, that is dosha adarshitva, he does not look at the defects. The only thing that can prevent him from protecting those is those who turn away from him. That is Paramatma Vaimukhya. So in order to prevent that, Bhashyakara is telling again, quoting that great quality of the Lord, Vatsalya, says, Ashrita Vatsalyeka Jaladhim. Akhila Manujanena Vishetangatam. This is great Saulabhya. Krishna told as mom is about him who is present in that special incarnation or manifestation that is shown in the Bhashya as Vasudeva Grihe Avatirnam. And that he is always in his true nature was also told earlier, Ajopi Sannavyayatma Bhutanam Ishwaropi Sanna Prakritim Swamavartabhya Sambhavami Atmamaye. So that indicates Ajahat Swaswabhavam, without leaving his true nature at any point of time, during any of his incarnations. He is present in all his real nature, with all the characteristics told here, all the time. They are all eternal. He has a Divya Mangala Vigraha, which is also eternal. So he is always present in all his true, complete nature. That is told as Ajahat Swaswabhavam. Anavadikatishaya Tejasa Nikhilam Jagat Bhasayantam. Even during his divine incarnations, the splendor and radiance of his divine auspicious form shine forth and attract the minds of his devotees. That is told here. Atmakantya Vishwamapyayantam. Tejas is told as Bhaswaratva, which indicates Anabhivavaniyatva. Parabhivavana Samarthya is Tejas. So, Anabhivavaniyatva for Lord. Enemies will start trembling at his very sight. Such is his effulgence. Kanti is being extremely pleasant like a moon. It is told in Satvata Samhita as Vishwamapyayan Kantya. The word Kanti is also used in the same meaning, that Vishwamapyayantam, Atmakantya Vishwamapyayantam. He brings great joy to the whole world with his Kanti. Such a person, one who bhajate, sevate, upaste, ityartaha. So it's told in Nigantu, which is like a dictionary. It's a seva bhakti rupastihi. Bhajate means sevate, upaste. So it is bhajana is not just simple devotion, it is service, that is upasana. It is of the form of meditation. Upasana is meditative, so meditation. So it is about an upasaka or a meditator here, that is told. Bhakti, in general, it is devotion. Can be common devotion present in all, but upasana or bhakti yoga involves meditation. Same yuktatamo mataha saha sarvebhyaha shresthatamaha iti sarvam sarvada yathavasthitam swateva sakshat kurvan aham manye. For his sarvajñatva, he is reminding again to Arjuna, to everyone, that I am such a sarvajña who yo vaiti yugapat sarvam pratyakshenam tada swataha. Yugapat means at the same time, sarvam, everything, pratyakshena, perceives directly, tada means all the time, swataha, by himself. So that is, he is telling, his bhashya is very clear. Sarvam sarvada yathavasthitam swateva sakshat kurvan aham manye. That is same yuktatamo mataha. So his opinion, Krishna's mata, he is told very clearly, and Krishna is the person who is sarvajña, and I am who is a sarvajña. I am telling that bhakti yogi is shresthatama, is superior to everyone else. That is the meaning of this, explained most beautifully in the Bhashya. So with that we conclude the 6th chapter. Om Tatsariti Srimad Bhagavad Gita Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishnarjuna Samvade Dhyana Yogo Nama Shashtodhyayah Prathama Shaktam Samaptam. The first group of 6 chapters ends here, and the next 6 chapters are about Bhakti Yoga, and here we can see the most wonderful aspects of Bhashya as expressed by Ramanuja. Atha Saptamodhyayah Bhashyaavatarika. So the preface to the 7th chapter, Prathamena Adhyaya Shatkena Paramaprapya Bhutasya Parasya Brahmanaha Niravadyasya Nikhila Jagadeka Karanasya Sarvajñasya Sarvabhutasya Satyasankalpasya Mahavibhutehe Srimato Narayanasya Praptyupaya Bhutam Tadupasanam Vaktum Tadangabhutam Atmajnanapurvaka Karmanusthana Sadhyam Praptuhu Pratyagatmano Yathatmya Darshanam Muktam. So this summarizes the meanings of the first 6 chapters. Prathamena Adhyaya Shatkena. The 6 chapters, the first 6 chapters, first group of 6 chapters. What was told? Pratyagatmanaha Yathatmya Darshanam Muktam Praptuhu. He is a Praptru. Prapta is a Pratyagatma. His Yathatmya Darshanam, his attaining the vision of the self, the realization, was taught in the first 6 chapters. And it was told as, and how is that attained? What is the means to attain the individual self? Vision is Atmajnana Purvaka Karmanusthana Sadhyam. It is attainable through, it is attained through Karmanusthana, Karma Yoga, with Atmajnana, Atmajnana Purvaka, with the knowledge of the individual self. And that is Angabhuta, that is an accessory to Sriman Narayanasya Praptyupaya Bhutam Tadupasanam Vaktum. The purpose of telling the Karma Yoga or Jnana Yoga, all this, and attaining the vision of the individual self is in order to tell Upasanam Vaktum, in order to teach Upasana, on which is the means, Prapti Upaya Bhutam, Sriman Narayanasya Prapti Upaya Bhutam, Srimato Narayanasya. So that is the means to attain Sriman Narayana. And what is the nature of Sriman Narayana? Paramaprapya Bhutasya. So he is the ultimate goal, Paramaprapya Bhuta. And Parasya Brahmanaha, he is Parabrahman, he is the Supreme Brahman, Niravadyasya, without any defects. Nikhila Jagadeka Karanasya, he is the sole cause of the entire universe. Sarvajñasya, he is all-knowing or omniscient. Sarvabhutasya, he is existing as everything, being the inner controller of everything. Satyasankalpasya, of true willing, Satyasankalpa, Mahavibhutehe, the Lord of the mighty Ubhaya Vibhutis, the Leela Vibhuti and Nitya Vibhuti. And such Sriman Narayanasya, he is the Devata Vishesha, Sriman Narayana, Srimato Narayanasya. Prapti Upaya Bhutam, now to attain him, the means, Upaya is means, Tad Upasanam, Upasana. His Upasana is the means to attaining him. That is told in Tat Kratu Nyaya. Yata Kritrasmin Purusho Bhavati, Tata Ita Pretya Bhavati. Whatever one does, Yajna, Yaga, Upasana, etc., with the object in mind, he will attain that. That is the fruit that one gains. So, Tat Prapti Upaya is Tad Upasana. In order to attain him, one has to meditate on him. That is a means to attaining him. So that is being told. That was told in the first 6 chapters. Pratyagatmano Yathatma Darshanam Uktam. Idanim Madhyamena Shatkena Parabrahmabhuta Paramapurushaswarupam Tadupasanancha Bhakti Shabdavachyam Uchyate. Now in the mid 6 chapters, starting with the 7th chapter up to the 12th chapter, the nature of the Supreme Purusha, who is the Supreme Brahman, Parabrahmabhuta Paramapurusha Swarupam, his nature, and Tadupasanancha Bhakti Shabdavachyam Uchyate, his Paramatma Upasana, or the devout meditation on the Supreme, known by the term Bhakti, is going to be told. So in Gita Artha Sangraha, Sri Alavanda summarizes as Swayathatmyam. The first aspect that is told in here is Swayathatmya. That is in the 7th chapter. The summary of 7th chapter is Swayathatmya, is Paramatma's real true nature is going to be explained here. And Prakrityasya Tirodhihi, that it is covered by Prakriti or matter, Sharanagatihi, and his Sharanagati, taking refuge in him. Bhakta Bhedaha, the types of Bhaktas. Prabhuddhasya Shraishtyam. Prabhuddha is Jnani. Jnani to Atmayva Me Matam. Prabhuddhasya Shraishtyam, the superiority of a Jnani. Saptama Uchyate. These are all the aspects explained in the 7th chapter as told by Sri Alavanda. So that is summarized very quickly here, very simply in this Idanim Madhyamena Shatkena Parabrahmabhuta Paramapurusha Swarupam Tadupasanam Cha Bhakti Shabdavachyam Uchyate. These are the 2 aspects mainly. Tadetat Uttaratra Yata Pravrittir Bhutanam Yena Sarvamidam Tatam Swakarmana Tamabhyatya Siddhim Vindati Manavaha Iti Arabhya Vimuchya Nirmamashyanto Brahmabhuyaya Kalpate Brahmabhuta Prasannatma Na Shochati Na Kamshati Samat Sarveshu Bhuteshu Madbhaktim Labhate Paramiti Samkshipya Vakshate. So whatever was told is told in the next 6 chapters is summarized in the last chapter, the 18th chapter, again Samkshipya Vakshate. That is, it is summarized and told again in the 18th chapter that Yatha pravritti bhutanam yena sarvavidam tatam, by whom all the pravrittis or all the activities, all the sustenance of this whole world happens, and yena sarvamidam tatam, by whom everything is pervaded. All these are pervaded by whom? Swakarmana tam abhyarchya siddhim vindati manavaha. So the beings, what they do is tam abhyarchya swakarmana. So worshipping him with the duties, ordained duties of one station in life, they attain siddhi, they attain their ultimate benefits. It was starting with that, the 46th sloka in the 18th chapter. Vimuchya nirmamashyantaha, having given up desire and anger, kama, krodha and all this, vimuchya. Nirmamaha, not having the feeling of possession, mamata, rahita. Shantaha, being calm, brahmabhuyaya kalpate. He experiences the real nature of the individual self. That is summarized in the end. Brahmabhutaha prasannatma, one who has realized the nature of the self, does not grieve, na shochati, na kamchati, does not desire for anything else. Samasarveshu bhuteshu madbhaktim labate param. Having developed a mind that everything other than the Supreme is same, being meager and impermanent, asthira, alpa, etc., he attains parabhakti, which is parabhakti. So, madbhaktim labate param, param bhaktim labate. So, that is told very, summarized again in the last, in the end. That is mentioned here in the Bhashya. Upasanantu bhakti rupapannameva paramapraptyupaya bhutamiti vedanta vakya siddham. Tameva viditva adhimrityumeti atmavare drashtavya shrotavyo mantavyo nididhyasitavyaha. Vidyate hridaya granthihi chidhyante sarva samshayaha kshiyante chasya karmani tasmin ishte paravare. इत्यादिभिः ऐकार्थ्यात् स्मृति संतान रूपं दर्शन समानाकारं ध्यान उपासन शब्दवाच्यमिति अवगम्यते पुनश्च नायमात्मा प्रवचलेन लभ्यो न मेधया न बहुना श्रुतेन यमेवैष वृणुते तेन लभ्यः तस्यैष आत्मा विवृणुते तनुं स्वामिति विशेषणात् परेण आत्मना वरणीयता हेतुभूतं स्मर्यमाण विषयस्य अत्यर्थप्रियत्वेन स्वयमपि अत्यर्थप्रियरूपं स्मृति संतानमेव उपासन शब्दवाच्यम् इति निश्चीयते तदेव हि भक्तिः इत्युच्यते स्नेहपूर्वमनुध्यानं भक्तिरित्यभिधीयते इति वचनात् अतः तमेवं विदित्वा अमृतैः भवति नान्यः पन्था नयनाय विद्यते नाहं वेदैर्न तपसा न दानेन चेच्छया शक्य एवं विधो द्रष्टुं दृष्टवानसि मां यथा भक्त्या त्वनन्यया शक्या अहम् एवं विधोऽर्जुन ज्ञातुं द्रष्टुं च तत्त्वेन प्रवेष्टुं च परन्तप इत्यनयोः एकार्थत्वं सिद्धं भवति तत्र सप्तमे तावत् उपास्यभूत परमपुरुषस्वरूपयाथात्म्यं प्रकृत्या तत्तिरोधानं तन्निवृत्तये भगवत्प्रपत्तिः उपासकविधा भेदो ज्ञानिनः श्रेष्ठ्यं च उच्यते. So this sentence summarizes Alavanda's shloka. सप्तमे तावत् उपास्यभूत परमपुरुष स्वरूप याथात्म्यं स्वयाथात्म्यं सोल्डे प्रकृत्या तत्तिरोधानं प्रकृत्यास्य तिरोधिः तन्निवृत्तये भगवत् प्रपत्तिः शरणागतिः उपासकविधा भेदो भक्तभेदः ज्ञानिनः श्रेष्ठ्यं प्रबुद्धस्य श्रेष्ठ्यं च उच्यते. That is exactly the meanings of. So here Bhashyakara gives the meaning of Vedana, Upasana, and gives pramanas from Shruti Vakyas that Vedana and Upasana are the same and explains what is Bhakti, what is Upasana and why it is so good, so loving, Smriti Santana Rupa, the object of meditation being of such wonderful nature. The process of meditation itself becomes Atyartha Priya and that is explained. And he also shows the pramana in Bhagavad Gita itself, Bhakti Yoga, which is in line with the meanings told in Shruti, and says that what is told here is the same as what is told in Shruti as Upasana and Bhakti Yoga, meditation on the Supreme, and gives quotations, references to all that from the various Shruti Vakyas and all that, and summarizes in the beginning, Avatarika, what is the subject of matter for this chapter and also in the next 6 chapters, and that we shall take up the study of this Bhashya, this part of the Bhashya, in the next session. As we have come to the end of this session, I shall, offering my pranamams to all the Bhagavatas here, I shall leave the class open for any question and answer.
Again, Swami, thank you very much for the elaborate explanation of Shloka 47. I have 2 questions. One is the third, 4th paragraph of the Bhashya is almost like excerpts from Sharanagati Gatya. So I was wondering which came first chronologically, whether from there it is taken here or from here it's taken here.
So it is established that the Gadyas are created, came later, because Bhashyakara in all these the the bhashyas of the Brahma Sutras or Gita Bhashya and all this Vedartha Sangraha, he is talked mainly about Bhakti Yoga, and in the Gadyas is where he talks about Sharanagati. So that is, the order is established like that. The Gadyas came later.
So this is the other question I had was more out of curiosity. This shloka 47 is so clearly contradicting Advaita. I wonder what explanation they give for this, like multiplicity of Atmas and the existence of Paramatma and the Guna and everything. All this is contradicting their okay, what they believe in.
Yeah.
So how do they explain?
Yeah, in Advaita Darshana, they explain it as for there also bhakti is very essential, but bhakti is prior to jnana. So one has to have ultimate devotion in the Lord and surrender to Him and do bhakti yoga, and then only gets the jnana. That is, the Advaita jnana comes only after that. So that is told like that. So bhakti is prior to jnana in the Advaita Darshana. So in the Vyavaharika Dasha, all that are there, the multiplicity of Atmas and all those things seen here, they are all in the Vyavaharika Dasha. In the Paramarthika Dasha, it becomes Jnana, Advaita Jnana. So in order to attain that, one has to do Bhakti, all those things are required, and one has to surrender to the Lord. All those things are explained like that. But with that, one has to go further and go to the Jnana Yoga, where one attains that Advaita Jnana. That is how they explain that. So these are all basically in the Vyavaharika Dasha.
Okay.
If there are no more questions, I shall conclude today's session. Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha.